Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I've learned as I've grown into the person that I am today. And I really hadn't planned to film any videos today other than my vlog, and I filmed a drama video late last night. I filmed a review video. I filmed a haul video for my Peter Does Stuff channel. I filmed my second video for my new channel, which is Peter's Reality TV Recaps and Opinions, because of something very interesting that happened to us today at brunch. And now I'm filming this, and then I'm gonna film my vlog. So it's like been a 6-video full day of filming today. Alex is upstairs. He is watching one Shakira TikTok after another of her live in concert. So, and then we're gonna watch some movies tonight. I'm gonna take a little bit of a nap when I get done with all this, and then we are gonna watch some movies tonight, like Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff. And I said, do you care if I like film 2 more videos? I'm gonna do this Peterisms video and then my vlog. And he said, no, not at all. I'm just laying up here with the dog. So anyway, so it's a very relaxing day. It was pouring down rain in Indianapolis just a little bit ago, and it's very nice outside as far as like a fallish day. I mean, it's not like summer, it's not 85, it's not full sunshine, but as far as like a fall day, the rain didn't come up here at all. Let me pull you guys over here just a little bit. The rain didn't come up here at all. But it's just like leaves are falling. It's upper 60s. It's like 68 in Indianapolis today, which is like hoodie weather, you know. And yeah, and we had, you know, a nice brunch, and then we did some shopping today, like just, you know, went to Target and just did some lame shopping and all that kind of stuff. And because I'm on the hunt for this Starbucks cup. But anyway, I got some snacks and treats, and that's my haul over on my Peter Does Stuff channel. And so anyway, and now I'm just filming some videos. I'm like so relaxed. I was actually really excited to film this video today because did my prayers, meditations, and all that kind of stuff, but I haven't done, well, did my prayers and did like a gratitude list and all that kind of stuff, but I haven't done my meditations yet. So I thought, well, this will be a good chance for me, a good opportunity for me to read a few meditations. And I love reading meditations so much on this channel. You know, I know it's kind of lame. It's like I just like read these meditations and respond to it. But when I read the meditations, I just kind of, you know, think to myself what I think about it. And so to have a one-sided conversation out loud of sharing, you know, what I think about the meditations, it usually when I do that, it sticks with me longer throughout the day. So I love that. So anyway, drinking a little coffee that I took with me from my take-home cup from brunch. Let's get right into this. Now, I brought 3 books with me today. I brought the Nightlight by Amy Dean, which is the meditation book to read as you go to sleep at night. I brought Melody Beattie's Journey to the Heart. And then I brought with me Melody Beattie's The Language of Letting Go. And these glasses, these are my new Caddis reading glasses, and they are really smudged right now. So let me clean them off with I keep this out here while I'm watching this little cleaner, which is actually from a watch company. Let me clean this. I think actually they sent it to me, or I came with a pair of sunglasses, these wood sunglasses that I think they may have sent them to me, or I bought them. I can't remember. Anyway. But I still, to this day, I love this wood watch that I got. And the watch is from, it's J-O-R-D, but it's pronounced Jord. You can see it's like right there. That's how long I've used this. Okay, so let's get into this. I think I want to read from the Nightlight book by Amy Dean first. So today is September, I think it's the 17th. I don't have my phone out here, so I don't know. But I think today is the 17th. Okay, September 17th. I have no idea what these meditations are about today. If you make an error, use it as a stepping stone to a new idea you might not otherwise have discovered. Anonymous. Sometimes we struggle so hard to become perfect human beings that we may view any minor errors of the day as earth-shattering mistakes from which we might never recover. Instead of seeing our errors as entirely human and forgivable, we may sink into feelings of hopelessness and despair. We can choose to berate ourselves for our errors, or we can see such errors as lessons to learn from. When we were in school, our teachers used tests to measure our capacity for learning. Today, life is our test. I love the comparison to school, life and school. Today, life is our test, and our grades depend upon how well we learn from our errors. Some of our greatest thinkers use their errors to discover medical cures, time-saving inventions, or scientific theories. The errors of today can become just as stepping stones. The errors of today can become just the stepping stones we need to cross the river of recovery tonight. Did I make any errors today? How can I learn from them tonight? I think this is a fantastic meditation, and, you know, something that I don't know that I necessarily understood in my youth, and by youth I mean like my teenage years, my early 20s and things like that. I think it even took me a couple years of being sober before I really started understanding, you know, and I have to say that my teacher in this was my dad, you know. I remember having a conversation with my dad one time, and my dad said to me, I could show you all the successes I've had in my life and all the the mistakes and errors I've made in my life, and if you followed that path, then you would be extremely successful and in all areas of your life, right? He goes, but I also know that you have to live and make your own choices and learn from the errors that you've made yourself. Like, that's not something that I can teach you. You have to learn from that. And I think it was about the freedom that my parents gave me, not the scolding, because they never did scold me for mistakes or errors that I made, right? Like, I was never the kid that, like, if I got bad grades and stuff like that, whatever, like, it was always like, okay, what can we learn from this? You know, it was always these opportunities from growth, even though it wasn't even said back then to me by my parents. That wasn't something until, you know, like, I started working with sponsors that was said to me. But it was always like anything that happened where, like, I made a mistake or an error growing up, you know, my parents, both of my parents, you know, even after they were divorced and separated and whatever, would say, okay, like, well, what's the learning experience here, right? Like, what can we take from this? And I think that, you know, when I had that conversation with my dad, that was kind of like this freedom to go out there and, you know, not just like make mistakes and errors here and there, but this opportunity opened for me, this door opened for me to learn from those mistakes. And what I know today is, the greatest successes I've had in my life is from the mistakes that I've made and learning from them, you know? I love this book. Somebody gave me this book years and years and years ago about, it's by Barbara Coloroso, who was a retired school teacher, and it was something, I can't remember what the name of the book was, but it was about her experiences of, like, being a parent and how to parent and things like that. And somebody was like, okay, if you take it out of the context of her just being a parent and, like, life lessons in life, like, it's so applicable, right? And I remember there was this part of the book, and I read part of it, and then I listened to the other part of it, this is how long ago I listened to it. I listened to it, like, in my late 20s. It was, like, on an audio cassette, or I think that was even before CDs, right? It was on audio cassette, and, so anyway, this part that she's talking about is where her daughter, who at the time is, like, I think, like, 10 or 12 or something like that, and it's the grandmother's birthday, and she's insistent on making this birthday cake for the grandmother, right? She, like, really wants to make this birthday cake for the grandmother, and the mom, Barbara Coloroso, the writer, the author, school teacher, whatever, self-help person, she's like, okay, if you want to do that, you know, we can do that. Well, you know, I'll help, you know, like, make the cake. And she's like, okay. And something happens. I can't remember the story exactly, but something happens. And she's like they're leaving, and, like, the cake falls on the floor or something like that. They're leaving to go to the party, and the cake falls on the floor. And the girl's, like, freaking out, and the mom's like, what are you going to do about it? Like, Barbara Coloroso, the writer, you know, that's, like, writing this book, she's, like, saying to her daughter, like, well, what are you going to do about this? She allows her to learn from her own mistakes. I think often we stand in the way of people learning from their mistakes or their errors, right? And I'm thankful that I've had people in my life that have allowed me to learn from, you know, my own mistakes. I think I've also been sheltered at times from doing that, but I think at appropriate times I've been sheltered from that. And so she's like, oh my, well, what do you want to do about it? You know, the mom doesn't freak out or anything, and the girl's like, well, I don't know, like, grandma needs a birthday cake, and she's like, yeah, she does. And you said you were going to make the birthday cake, and now it's too late to make another cake, so what are you going to do? And the girl says something like, well, I've got, like, you know, $5 or $10, like, saved in my piggy bank or in my room or something like that. What if we went and bought grandma a cake? And the mom's like, that would be great, but I don't think that that's enough money to buy a cake. And she said, okay, well, what do you think about if I pay for half the cake and you pay for the other half of the cake, and then I could work the rest of the cake off with chores around the house? And the mom's like, I think that's a great idea, you know, and I'm really proud of you for coming up with this plan. See, it's not, like, there's this whole mentality of, like, calling people out and whatever. It's, like, not standing in the way of people learning how to problem solve their own life. You got a 10-year-old girl that came up with that on her own, 10 or 12-year-old girl, you know? I mean, that's phenomenal, right? That she, like, figured that out. Like, okay, well, we don't have to panic. We can buy grandma a cake, and I'll give you half of the money, and you can pay for the other half of the money, and then I'll work it off at home, you know? it wasn't this scolding of like, I can't believe you dropped the cake on the floor. What a mistake you made. Like I think a lot of like us in life have gone to that with ourselves or with other people, shame, 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 shame. Instead of allowing that to be an opportunity that we learn to grow from, that's phenomenal. That's what I've learned in my life, is that, like, today, my sponsor, like, anything that I call her, she'll say to me, well, this is an opportunity for growth. Are you going to change it? And like I say, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, But sometimes it's too painful and sometimes I just don't even really want to do the work, but the times that I do, I learn greatly from it, And so, which would probably be a great lesson for me to take those opportunities for growth and change and growth a little bit more, right? So anyway, I love that meditation. I think it's a great meditation. Okay, now let me look at the 2 Melody Beatty books and see what the meditations are for today. September 17th. Hold on a second. New relationship behaviors. That's from the language of letting go. Let's see Journey to the Heart. That means I'm not real interested in reading that one. I mean, I'll read it, but okay. And this one is called Don't Hurry. I mean, I'm having such a good day with my husband today, and I've had such a great weekend with him. I don't know that we need to talk about new relationship behaviors today. Let's just keep it status quo, right? Okay, so September 17th, Don't Hurry. I have no idea what this meditation is going to be about. Don't worry. Sometimes, like when things are going so well, you just don't rock the ship. You know what I'm talking about? You just don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. You just don't. Like, you're just like, you know what? We don't need to dig today. We don't need to dig and all this kind of stuff. For a while, I was doing so much inventory and recovery and stuff. And I was like, every day I was like digging and looking into stuff. And I finally said to my friend Tanya one time, I said, I almost think that, like, I'm looking at things too closely. Like, I'm trying to grow and change and be this. And I said, but I feel like sometimes, like, I'm so overwhelmed with it. I'm, like, almost saturated with inventory and growth and change. And she goes, you think? She goes, I think you forgot how to have fun. And she was right, I did. Like, sometimes we don't need to be that intense about things, September 17th, Don't Hurry, and this is from Journey to the Heart by Melody Beatty. Don't worry and fuss about what you're going to do tomorrow or how today's answers will come. The way to get through a task, a day, a life, is to stay in the present moment. Racing, pushing, trying to force things forward doesn't work. Not anymore. Hurrying will not speed up the process or the journey. In fact, if you race ahead of yourself, you may find you need to go back, return to the parts you skipped over, and go through it again fully present. Yes, there are times we need to press on, times we need to push a bit more, but hurrying won't speed up the process. It will just keep us tense, out of step. To speed up the process, we need to fully immerse ourselves in the moment and then focus our energy, our presence, our emotions, our thoughts, and our heart. Stay in the present moment. Listen to your heart right now. Be gentle and loving with yourself right now. Be open to the guidance around you right now. Guidance that will make the present moment come alive. If you stay in your heart, stay with yourself, stay in the present, tomorrow's answers will come just as today's did, naturally, gently, and on time. I love this meditation. I don't feel like I really need to go on and on and on talk about it, but I think the simple lesson to me is that I need to learn to stay in the present. I really, really struggle with that. I don't know about the rest of you, but I struggle with that. I struggle about, staying in the present and just, enjoying today. The sun just came out. And enjoying today. It's really pretty. It's like it just poured down rain and now the sun's coming out. Not like tons of sun, but enough. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty early evening. But anyway, like I struggle with that a lot, like just staying in the present. Like I'm always like planning things and whatever, and then the times that I do, it's like recently I've been trying to not be on my phone out here while I'm watching my TV shows late at night and just enjoy watching my TV shows. And I know that sounds simple, and it's like, well, why is that so hard? I mean, I feel like I grab my phone constantly, and I don't want to, I'm real good about putting it away when I go to sleep at night, not, whatever, but most times, but with the TV show, it's like I'm watching TV and then like I'm rolling through my phone and before I know it, like half the show's over. I don't even know what's happened. So I have to rewind it and whatever, It's like I want to have those moments where I just enjoy it. I want to have moments where, like we're just watching a movie and stuff, and hanging out with Boo Radley, and I want those moments. I need to stay in the present. I need to learn to do that a little bit better. So anyway, let me know what you think about all that in the comment section below. I love you guys and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.